Did you know that the Vikings once sailed farther than almost anyone dared to dream? For centuries, they've been remembered as bloodthirsty raiders. But behind the axes and longships lies a story of exploration, ambition, and survival. So who were they really? Savage warriors or fearless pioneers? When you hear the word Viking, images of fire and steel often come to mind. Coastal villages set ablaze, monks cowering in fear, dragon-headed ships cutting through the mist. It's a terrifying picture, one painted by their enemies. But the truth? The truth is far more complex and far more human. The world first felt the Viking storm in 793 AD at a small monastery called Lindisfarne. To the monks there, it was the end of the world. Men in strange armor poured from sleek wooden ships, their axes flashing in the morning light. Books were burned, treasures stolen, blood spilled on holy ground. For Europe, it was a nightmare come to life. And for the Vikings, it was only the beginning. But were they only raiders? The deeper we look, the more we see another side of them. They were farmers, raising crops and cattle in the harsh northern climate. They were craftsmen, carving intricate jewelry, forging strong weapons, and building some of the finest ships the world had ever seen. And most of all, they were explorers. Imagine a wooden longship, sleek and narrow, gliding across icy seas. No compass, no modern maps. Just the stars, the waves, and the instincts of sailors born to the water. These ships carried Vikings across rivers deep into Russia, to the wealthy cities of Constantinople, and westward, to lands no one in Europe even knew existed. In Iceland, they built thriving settlements. In Greenland, they carved out a life in one of the harshest places on Earth. And in the year 1000, they went even farther. Leif Erikson, son of Eric the Red, crossed the Atlantic. He and his crew stepped onto the shores of a place they called Vinland. Today, we know it as Newfoundland, Canada. Think about that. 500 years before Columbus, the Vikings had already touched North America. But their story was not only one of adventure, it was also one of violence. Their raids spread fear across Europe. Villages fell silent at the sight of sails on the horizon. Kings struggled to defend their lands. And yet, even as they struck fear, they also brought change. They traded fur, amber, and iron for silver, silk, and spices. They connected distant worlds. And in their sagas, the stories they passed down, they told of gods, giants, and warriors who sought glory and honor above all else. The climax of their tale is not just their conquests, but their legacy. Yes, they were fierce. Yes, they were ruthless at times, but they also pushed the boundaries of the known world. They were among the first to cross oceans, to settle faraway lands, to weave cultures together through trade and war. So, what do we make of them? Were the Vikings raiders? Yes. Were they explorers? Absolutely. But more than that, they were survivors, innovators, and storytellers who left a mark on history that cannot be erased. The next time you hear the word Viking, don't just picture the blood in the battles. Picture the longship under the stars. Picture the courage it took to sail into the unknown. And picture the spark of adventure that still inspires us today. So I'll leave you with this question. What do you think the Vikings were more defined by? Their swords or their sails? Tell me in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey, subscribe for more stories from the shadows of history. Because sometimes, the past isn't what we think it is.